All right, all right, all right. Says we are live. Let's check it out. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Much love to the chat. Those of y'all that's in the building early. Smash the like button as you come on in. Smash the dislike button as you come on in. We're going to talk these game dogs tonight, man. Yes, indeedy. It's Thursday. I'm feeling good. Stress-free. Ain't got to worry about you knucklehead niggas in this boxing and all y'all stupid-ass self-hatred ways. We can talk about some dogs. Shit I like to talk about, you know what I mean? Now, of course, I got my brother, my co-host in here, Ramsey, shooting the third. What it do, Ram?
What's good with it, y'all? Salute to everybody in the chat. Y'all already know what the fuck it is, what the fuck it doing, why we done it. We about to do a whole bunch of motherfucking lying on this shit, so don't take none of this shit seriously. You know, niggas on the internet be lying.
Exactly. We just on here shooting the shit, man, for entertainment purposes because we
Yeah,
bored the
we just
motherfucker.
kicking
You know what I mean?
That's all. Just some tire kicking motherfuckers. That's it.
That's all it is to it. Ramsey, introduce the panel for me, brother.
Oh man, you know we got the good brother old Eli Zachary, man. That's my cousin. And my other cousin, man. Good old Buck City Live, nigga. You know, we about to talk some shit, spit that good spit.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Make sure y'all go sub to both of them. Sub to everybody on the panel. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I want this shit to get nice and big. You know what I'm saying? Let this motherfucker.
BBW status.
Yeah, absolutely. SSBBW status. Big old 600-pound life type bitch. You know what I mean? Let's get
God,
that shit on up there.
hell yeah. Feeding the bitch grapes and shit all day. We
No,
need that
no, that bitch gonna feed me grapes. Bitch feed me some grapes. You know what I'm saying?
bitch. 600-pound bitches be stuck in the house. You gotta feed that bitch.
Yeah, man. I get that. We can order that bitch some motherfucking Mickey D's or something. Order that bitch some Mickey D's. You know I'm old when niggas say Mickey D's. Don't nobody even say Mickey D's no more, do they?
Hell no.
You know I'm an old ass nigga. I said Mickey D's like a motherfucker. Don't nobody say that shit no more. Let me read the chat real quick. See if we got the building thus far. The Architect One, what's happening, family? See you in the building, man. P Boxing, what it do, fam? My brother, Main Event Mark, what's happening? We got Seth Calhoun, what's happening, family? We got Miami Snoopy 305, what it do? Rob Sportsman Lee, salute. God, the face still up in this motherfucker. DB, what it do, fam? Love is the word. Salute to the beautiful sister. Thank you for being in here, sister. We got DB. Okay, I said DB. We got Jeff the producer. What's happening, fam? We got Young World in the building. Salute. Paris Jackson. Trey Brown. Salute. The homie Dago. What it do? Mississippi King up in this joint. King Strict in the building. A the Great. What's happening? Let me see here. The homie ILG Jones in the building. What it do, fam? Mr. Shelton. Salute. Let's see here. Salute to my brother Bert from Marketing in the super chat showing love early. I appreciate the love, family. He said salute, General. He said salute, Rams. Yes, indeed. Mr. Thomas Moreland, salute to you, sir. Glad you can make it. The model of the plant-based pugilist, what's happening? Dominique Lavelle, salute. Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I can't read everybody in the chat, but much love, much appreciation to everybody that's in here because I want to start cooking because we got a lot of topics to cover tonight. So thank you and salute to everybody that's in the building. Let me read this super chat. We got the homie, the brother Meredith Campbell in the super chat. Much love, much appreciation, fam. He says, what it do, family? About to sit back, soak up some knowledge from y'all brothers. Yes, indeed, bro. Yes, indeed. It's the game here, man. I can talk dogs all day. See, I'm not arrogant. I'm not egotistical. When I'm in the presence of dog men, I learn. I listen. I learn. You know what I'm saying? I sit back and I listen. I got my opinions on shit, but I listen to what they got to say. You know what I mean? Whenever you're in the presence of a dog man, you shut the fuck up and you listen. That's what we do here. Mr. J Dub 20 Texas. What's happening, fam? Salute to you in the super chat. Appreciate your love, fam. And we got the expert genius. Salute, family. Appreciate the love. He says, salute 78 in the chat. Hashtag LDBC. Yes, indeed. Much love. Okay, let's get right down to the smoke. My brother Ram, what's the first topic for tonight, man?
Man, the motherfucking importance of a good stud dog. You know, we cooked on the good old gyps last week, so we're gonna show the stud dog some love, and then we gonna follow that up with the most underrated stud dogs. You know, dogs you don't really hear about, but they were some good producing motherfuckers. You know,
Right.
they might have had a brother that was a champion that made it, you know, but he was a better producer, but you never really get that shine. We're gonna cook on that.
Okay, and then we're gonna finish it off by cooking on the culling process as well. Because I know Buck City got some
Bet.
knowledge on that. Buck City got some knowledge on that. I was hoping Thompson might be able to slide through if he got some time. I know he's busy and stuff, so hopefully he got some time to slide through, talk about that culling process. But okay, so the importance of a good stud dog. Let me go to Buck City first, man. Buck, man, what are you looking for in a good stud dog, man? What tell the people for the greenhorns or the newcomers, the people in general, what should they be looking for when choosing a good stud dog?
There's a number of. Am I in there?
Yeah, you in here, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how I had my headphones hooked up last time. Anyway, there's a number of things I look for. Attitude is one thing, in this day and age, due to the size of yards and, everything, a lot of times, you can have a jewel on that yard that really doesn't get all the attention that, maybe some of the other dogs get. So, attitude is definitely one that I will look for because it allows you to see other things in the dog. It allows you to maybe find out if it got some other traits and stuff. But I look for bone structure. I like a really good, durable dog. If you're looking at, if he can produce similar dogs to what he is as far as stature, I look at that. But most of all, his offspring, that's probably the absolute most important thing, when it comes to me saying a dog is a stud or, putting my stamp on it. It would be actually the pudding, what do these cakes taste like? What are they, what are they like? And, in real life. So, I guess you could say, there could be a dog that doesn't have any of those traits that you'll normally look for out the gate, but can probably be a good producer. My thing is somebody else will probably have to find that out on their own time. And, I'll be the one that finds out about, how the dog is doing and then go from there,
Right. Okay. Let me read these couple super chats and we're going to pass it on. Smooth Groove Boxing in the super chat. Salute, homie. He got me one off for Grand Champion Alpo. Ain't that some shit? Me and Buck were just talking about this. The Grand Champion Alpo, bred to choice. Said that's a stud I don't hear people talking about. Yeah. You're going to hear a lot more about that in the next couple of years. I promise you that. Let me see. We got, let me see. My brother Coach Sheldon Harrison up in here playing games in the super chat. He said, kindly take my money, sir. Salute to the 120K sub. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate your family. Much love to the brother Coach. Let's pass it on to Eli, the homie Eli Zachary. What do you look for in a good stud dog, brother?
Well, for me, a good stud is performance, consistency. They come from a solid family, a solid pedigree, because the individuals in a pedigree make up the family, and can they reproduce that? You know, Also like Buck City said, when he was saying structure, bone density, good bone density make durable dogs. You know, dogs that can take more and stand better. You know, but I mean, for the most part, that's what it is. To if they can reproduce, and they've shown in the past that they reproduce a trait and give a trait over and over and over, something that I can lock in and add to what I need. They come from a family that shows that trait. It's like I know it's consistent. Sometimes you will get a generation where a generation may have just a slight out, and an animal may grab something. And if you have a good stud dog, one thing about a good stud dog is you can advance with them a lot faster and plug in different things across your yard with those traits. So that's what I look for in a stud dog. A dog that can reproduce itself, a dog that's got performance behind it, that can, show a high level of durability and high level of performance and consistency.
Right. Salute to the brother T. Diddy in the super chat. Much love and much appreciation. He says, nice show, bro. Much love, family. Appreciate that. My brother Ramsey, shooting the third. What are you looking for,
Yes,
bro?
sir.
I know you got a yard full of bitches right now, but like, what are you looking for in the stud?
Well, I like my stud, preferably to be, a hunting dog for one. That's just because, I always look at the game from a handler conditioner point of view. So,
Right.
that's always going to be, my take on the game.
Yeah.
But coming with that, like both brothers hit on, like good bone structure, I damn sure want the correct conformation. I don't care how big or small you are. You got to have that rectangle shape, form follows function. So I'm a big believer in that. And of course, I would like his parents, to be good performers or from good producing dogs. They all ain't gotta be, lit up in the pedigree, but I prefer, for generations of good working stock. I'd be more comfortable moving forward with that type of stud dog. So that's what I look for in the stud.
Okay.
And one that's really bred how he said, motherfuckers sell you some shit, say it's bred like this, man. It'd be what we gonna talk about later on. It'd be something different. But yeah, them is my fucking main fucking hitting points when I'm looking for a stud.
Right. Okay. Salute to Mo G in the super chat. Much love, family. He says opinions on the schooling process. Okay, before we get to that, I want to say my opinion on a good stud. Like I said, I'm not a breeder, but what I would be looking for is a dog, a boy that I'm gonna be checking his temperament as far as the traits. I want to make sure his traits are something that I'm willing to pass down to the next generation. I don't, even if he's a absolute monster on the hog, if he got a mouth out of this world and he's game to the core, if I can't handle him without risk of him biting me, I'm really not gonna fuck with him like that. It's gonna be tempting, trust me. It's gonna be very hard to just not breed him because he's such a monster. But me personally, the way I was raised by my grandfather, like he didn't play that shit. He don't care what you bred like, how good you was. If your ass even looked at a kid funny or even nipped at him, that was off with your motherfucking head. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna, allegedly he gonna feed you to the rest of the motherfucking dog. That's how he get down. And that's how I was raised. So that's how I feel. But I think that a good stud, I want him to be well balanced all around, temperament very well with humans, and I want him to be very, very animal aggressive the way they're supposed to be. I don't make no apologies for that. They're supposed to be animal aggressive, and that's what I want. I don't want no dog, no stud dog that could be chilling with 5 other niggas just hanging out and shit, you know what I'm saying, going to the park chilling. And I don't want that shit. That's not me. I'm not knocking nobody else who want that. That's just not what I want in my stud dog. You know what I'm saying? Gravy Davy, salute to the homie in the super chat. What it do? He says salute 78 panel and peace to the chat. Much love, family. Seth Calhoun, he says, who was the better producer in the panel's opinion, Queen of Hearts or Honey Bunch? Oh, okay. 1 second, family. And salute to my brother Fanan Down in the super chat. Much love to the homie Fanan, my brother. What it do, family? Let me go up here and see. Back to Moyo G question. Are y'all brothers comfortable tackling this topic, or should I skip it? It's cool if we can skip it.
Well, yeah, the words of the great John Legend, take it slow. Bring them along real slow, and try to put them on just different style, hogs that's going to give them different looks. And hopefully, he could develop from that. And that's, the best thing I could tell you.
Yeah.
Let the motherfucker grow all the way up like Fat Joe first, and just bring him along slowly. I had the most success doing that. Ain't no need to. If he acting good at 15 months, he gonna be way better at 30 months.
There you go. Exactly. That's why I was taught. I know. I mean, the game might have changed, but the way I was taught was like, if you got one that's acting up, he acting up like he ready to go, and he turned on, he ready to go out there in the woods and hunt some hogs. I would take him to a yard with somebody who got an old hog over there. Old hog, his tusked and then kind of worn down a little bit, but the hog is still game. But his tusk and his stuff and wore down. He can't really hurt the boy, but we can see what this boy about. You know what I'm saying? I would, put him on that hog and see what he can do with that hog. And then it goes from there. I would step it slowly from there, gradually. But some people, some dogs are so impressive. They first time with a hog, that motherfucker just, it's go time. Put them in the woods. You know what I mean? But anybody else want to tackle that? You want me to skip it?
Well, it's always good to tackle it. Rather we on a just bringing them along for hunting or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the American Pit Bull Terrier breed, it's used for, various different reasons. So if we do got hog hunters or potential, people that want to, acquire that permit and do a little bit of hog hunting, maybe they got a feral hog problem in their area or whatever. Right. My advice is to wait till those dogs get about 2 years old before you do anything with them, Mm-hmm. And I say that because it doesn't hurt to wait on them. You know what I'm saying? It's like fine wine. They mature with fine, like fine wine. And when you do decide to turn them loose on an animal or whatever, you only want to give them a little taste, man. Just little 2 to 5 minutes or something. You know what I'm saying? I think that's plenty enough time for him to figure out, what's going on. Let him get a little taste, and you got to put him up. You know what I'm saying? You can't just get happy and all of this. He's not gonna be the dog that he can be till he's about 3.5 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's any bloodline. If the dog is better at 2 than he is at 3.5, then that bloodline's crap. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. He shouldn't start declining with his prime and everything until he's probably past 5. You know what I'm saying? So all this 18-month, 15-month shit, you could disagree. I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make your dog better by schooling them out young. It doesn't make them no better.
It doesn't, and and that's a good point. But like, I knew some people back in the day who had some hot shit, and the dogs turned on real early. About 7 months or so, they turned on. They was like really, really, they wanted all the smoke, with some hogs and shit. And I kept telling this dude, like, I see the attitude, that's good, but you should wait. Right. They teeth ain't even dropped yet. The teeth, they haven't even developed.
Yeah, they're bone.
Right. The bones and stuff haven't developed yet. They ain't even became into their body where you're gonna see the power and the athleticism yet. Like to put him on a hog right now, it's kind of ridiculous. That's your own ego. He didn't listen to me because they was all the puppies, all of them was on fire, and he out there putting them up the best hogs in the neighborhood, and the best hogs in the city, and he ruined his whole yard, ruined his yard. Had some very good dogs and ruined it. That's what me and Rand was talking about before. Sometimes you can have very good dogs in the wrong handler's hand, and they can ruin the motherfucker. It ain't the dogs that's curs and no shit like that. It's just the handlers sometimes be stupid in the motherfucker. But what
Hell
you say?
yeah. That shit happen more times than not, bro.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many, big name motherfuckers you think knew better do the dumbest shit.
Mm-hmm.
They just got enough money to keep them going a lot of times.
Exactly. To cover it up. Exactly. What you think about that, Eli?
I agree with everything that was said as far as that process. I add, maturity again, and then development. You gotta have an eye to develop an animal and not overdo it. A lot of people sometimes they subjective in what they do. They look at it, and in their opinion or what they want from an animal is not what they have in a line, or not what is not what they should really be doing. And I say it should, but you know that's just my thought process. You shouldn't be trying to overdo it with a young animal. If you
Absolutely.
overdoing it with a young animal and you going crazy and you looking like you finna go to war right now, like you finna go on a full-fledged hunt, and they ain't number 13 months old, they ain't number 18 months old, and you looking like you finna go on a full-fledged hunt, then you running the risk of cutting their development short, you
Right.
know. And then when you was developing, were you being objective? Were you letting them see different things? Teaching them. A lot of times, animals don't learn before they actually go. You can't take animal out to hunt on a wild hog that's got 3-4 inch tusk, and then they not know how to move, how to maneuver and how to move. You know, some
Right.
some lines just don't have it, and they'll show you, and then you can make a better decision as a dog man, as a handler, as a conditioner. You got to condition different for different type of animals. That's part of the schooling too. You learning your animal.
Yeah.
So if you're not learning your animal and you don't know how to condition them for the type of animal that they are, it's just a powerful uh, in and out. It's just a smart, slick one. Do they barely have anything to hang on with? But ooh, they smooth. It's this one that's not durable, but he's fast. How do you want to condition? How do you want to bring them on? You're supposed to be learning too and looking with an objective eye. Okay, so now I picked up this. Oh, dude, you're supposed to be analyzing your animal. Is this animal learning? Is this animal actually, does he have good air, bad air?
Mm-hmm.
What are his traits? What am I looking at? You're supposed to be looking at that when you schooling. So if you're not looking at that when you schooling and you running one base keep the same way and not adjusting, and notice I said base. That's part of knowing your schooling too, because a keep is just your base. And when you learning that animal in the schooling, you learning does this animal recover pretty good naturally right now, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right. That's the
most
whole.
of
Right. Exactly. Like you said, brother. You not just learning that dog. You also learning what that dog is missing and what you might need to add to the situation. To
conditioning,
his
breeding, everything.
absolutely, brother. And that's the thing. The biggest mistake I ever made when it comes to these dogs. That same story I just told you about the dude who had them 6-month-old puppies challenging all the hogs in the area. I got one of them hogs from him, one of them dogs from him, I should say. Dog named Hyena. Okay, it was a female. It's called Hyena. She was brindle, a little funny little stripes and stuff. Called her Hyena. That's what he called her. So I got her at 6 months from him, and he ruined all the rest of the whole litter. He had all of them. He never sold none of them. He just ruined every one of them, except for the one I had. I didn't touch her. I ain't let her touch no hogs until she was 2.5 years old. She was just a pet. And one day, she showed me something that I had no choice but to. She started, and it was go time. So I said, okay. I put her out on the hog. She did wonderful. know what I'm saying? 25 minutes, ruin the hog in 25 minutes. I said, oh, wow. This nigga, and this is the mistake I made. The nigga who I bought the dog from come back and tell me, look, man, hey, man, you know, I blessed you with the dog. I didn't even charge you with the dog, man, number $50, $60. Man, let me get the dog back and let me do this and that. I sold him the dog back for $400 because I only paid $60 for the dog. My biggest mistake, I gave this man that dog back for $400, and this nigga ruined the dog by putting the dog on a hunt with no fucking conditioning, off the chain, with a condition, with a motherfucking hog that was conditioned. He took the motherfucking put. It's a lot of people like that in this situation that don't really know what the fuck they be doing. You see what I'm saying? They really don't know what the fuck they be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Hey,
the
you ain't
biggest shit
lying, cause right there, that's another thing you just said. A lot of people don't realize you should be finding the optimal weight then too.
Right.
You should be finding their best weight then. Towards the end of that, you should be slowly finding their best weight. That's why it's best to let them mature. Because if they ain't mature, they ain't gonna do nothing but grow on you. So your whole objective of what you was trying to figure out, everything right then and there, you missed it. And you had a chance right then and there to figure it out. You do all this work when they 18 months old, and then they get 2 years old, and they gain another pound and a half, 2 pounds on you, and that weight is not the same no more. And
Right.
you fighting and you fighting in a pre-keep trying to figure out that weight. You should have known it in school.
Yeah. Let me read this. Salute
You
to
don't
D.
need a whole just on schooling, like the schooling for the dog and schooling for the fucking handler.
Right.
True.
Right.
Go ahead, go. My bad.
No, you're right. Like, yeah, it's a learning process for both. Y'all growing together. Motherfucker gotta love your hounds. You gotta grow with them motherfuckers and know what you're doing with these. You gotta really be connected with your hounds, because if you ain't gonna really understand the language that the hound trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to talk to that motherfucker when they're in trouble. You gotta spend time with that motherfucker. Can't just leave the motherfucker on the chain, go out there and feed them when you feel like feeding the motherfucker. You don't talk to the motherfucker unless you're doing a YouTube video or some shit. You know how some niggas record a video, they can do a yard tour or some shit, you know, and they don't even talk to these motherfucking dogs. Dogs are so wild and crazy. Look, and I ain't talking about nobody on YouTube per se. I'm talking about these old
Yeah,
videos.
like they dogs don't even fuck with them though. They be
Right,
looking
right,
like, nigga, who is you? What you doing out here in the daylight?
right. Dog, like, who's nigga? What's your name? Gregory, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Type shit. Dog looking at you like he don't know what the fuck going on. It's because you don't spend no time with the motherfucking hound. You got spend. That's why I'm not gonna oversaturate myself. I'm finna give me 2 hounds. I'm gonna breed my shit. I'm gonna keep a couple off the litter. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna work. I like to work with my dogs. I don't like to have so many dogs where motherfucking dog don't even know who the fuck I am type shit. And then when you need this motherfucker, you can't even handle it. I done seen so many people trying to handle their dogs on the hunt, and dog snapping back at them. Dog turn around trying to bite him and shit. Like, what the fuck wrong with this motherfucking dog, bro? Hey, I can't touch him, man. I can't. When he get like that, I don't mess with him. Like, man, fuck that dog. When he get like that, you can't mess with him. What kind of, you only be handling that motherfucker? That's the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
So,
probably ain't let them get enough time and maturity to settle down. Because sometimes you get them, and if they ain't had that time on them, they be all frantic and screaming and impatient and everything. But when they have a little bit of time on them and they done been developed right, they slow down and they start to settle into themselves.
absolutely. It's that calming the fuck down. Salute to DD in the super chat. Appreciate you. She say, I think that's a sister. Says hashtag no name natural dewormer. Hashtag game dogs for life. Salute Bulldogs. Hashtag Milwaukee. Okay. DD from the mill. Okay. From the murder mill. It's another question. I skipped. I'm gonna go back to it. Somebody asked a question about okay, yeah, the brother Steph Calhoun said, who was the better producer in the panel's opinion, Queen of Hearts versus or Honey Munch? Now look, I'm gonna answer this first. I could just be, because listen, all y'all brothers on this panel got more knowledge than me when it comes to these situations. But from what I know, I would say Honey Bunch. But how do you feel? How y'all feel about that? I'm gonna go to Ramsey first.
Oh, nigga, by far Honey Bunch. You know, she's still fucking in the top 5 on the register of merit list as far as producing. You know, Queen of Hearts didn't get bred a lot, for one. So, you know, that you can't really compare them two. And when she did get bred, you know, the shit was kept so in-house, you know, and then what happened with the good brother, Mr. Abraham, you know, and shit went how it went. So it's not a lot of that blood out there enough to say, you know, to even compare them two. But yeah, Honey Bunch was a goddamn producing machine. Now, you know, competitive wise, you know, the Queen would have smacked the shit out of Honey Bunch. But in the brood pen, yeah, Honey Bunch got that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like cause I didn't want to say nothing in case y'all know some shit I don't know. Cause you know, you got the dog world and then you got the dog world. You understand me? It's a whole nother world outside of the dog world.
That shit is like the secret YouTube you put me on.
Right.
Like,
It's a whole nother ball game. It's like the dark web. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to say nothing because y'all might know some shit that I don't know. You know, but some
like,
people,
yeah, the Queen had 10 grand champions. No,
yeah, because you know some motherfuckers. I know because we all know somebody on here. We all know somebody that got some dogs that's on fire and been tearing shit up, tearing these hogs up, but they don't trust the system. They don't trust Sporting Dog Journal. They don't trust motherfucking Heads Online, and they keep their shit to themselves. We all know somebody like that. So that's why I was like, yeah, well, as far as I know, Honey Bunch. You know what I mean? You know,
yeah.
what's your take on that, Buck City?
Oh yeah, I definitely give it to Honey Bunch because Queen wasn't bred as many times. Honey Bunch might got bigger, notable dogs, but you know, if you I mean, you want to average it all out, that you know, they were probably about equal producers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Honey Bunch Queen of Hearts only bred to shit 4 or 5 males. I mean, there ain't too many offspring really off of her, and she still produced pretty damn good too. You know. And then Honey Bunch, on the other hand, you know, well, she wasn't really bred to that many different males either. You know what I'm saying? But she's got bigger, notable dogs.
Yeah, she was only bred to 5 males. I'm looking at that shit right now. I thought she was bred to a bunch of males too, but it's only 5.
Yeah, I bet you there was some whole ass niggas too, wasn't it?
You know, you got
she was bred to some like Champion Rascals.
Okay.
Philly Champion Bo, Woods, also Negro. Like she was bred to, you know, all fucking, you know, good quality match dogs.
Crenshaw was,
Zebo. Yeah, the only shit that didn't work was the Zebo shit, really.
Well, the Zebo shit didn't work for nobody because Zebo probably wasn't bred how they said he was bred. Most likely.
No, they didn't. They kept them dogs as pets. It was so much of a novelty to have that high of a quality breeding. They just didn't even see what it produced.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Very good point.
I think Crenshaw, you know, had obviously a good program to push Jeep through there, push Gunner up through there, push the Slater dog through there. I mean, you know, it's a lot of them. Irish Jerry had his hands in there, you know, with the Wee Nut dog, you know, the Wee Hunt dog. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know, the Missy dog. I mean, you know, it's really Crenshaw versus Abraham. If you want to look at it like that, you know, some programs, you know, they're just gonna push them through. It don't necessarily mean that one was a better producer than the other. You know.
Yeah, I think you know, from what I know, Queen was the ultimate match dog, and from a historical standpoint, and I think Honey Bunch was a amazing brood bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? From what I know, but you know, it be like that sometimes. You know, it depend on what them dogs like Eli just said. It depends on where them dogs land. If they land in the right hands, of people who know what to do with them, you gonna make it do what it do. You know, you might see them on the fast lane, but like I've been hearing a lot of people say it's a lot of Queen of Hearts blood around my way in the Midwest. I haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting to
Yeah.
run into it. I'm trying to run into it though.
Honestly, in my opinion, between the two of them, we have to say because of what we know that Honey Bunch is the better producer because of what we know. But percentage wise and prepotency of producing producers, I think Queen of Hearts went just as hard as she did. And then
Okay.
the other thing of that is that if Abraham had not took that vacation, what we really would have seen from her.
Right.
You know, because those were understudies. They didn't have the push that he had. They didn't have the reach that he had. You know, so I honestly, you got to give it to Queen of Hearts, and you got to give it to Abraham. Look at it, damn near everything he touched turned into gold for
Man.
the time period that he had, the span that he had. I'll put it to you like this: in my picture, that is Grand Champ Shady Lady whooping puppies,
Right.
and I can tell you just the historic story that was always told since Buck, like Buck said, Crenshaw versus Joe. When you think about it, the historic story that was always told is Ricky Jones never avoided nobody, but he avoided going into Joe again after he stopped Lou,
Right.
and he had Shady Lady. So that tells you how good of a dog man Joe really was, and what he had and what it was.
Yes, indeed. And salute to my brother in Super Chat, Jedi King Pudge, in that Super Chat. Appreciate your family. Say class in session. Hashtag Game Dog Talk. Hashtag 414. Hashtag I-94. Hashtag Murder Mill. Salute to my brother Milwaukee in the building. You dig? For sure. And Didi said Didi said he a dude. Salute, Didi. You threw me off with the Rose picture, bro. That's why I didn't know, because you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You had the Rose picture, so I didn't know if I had to be, because you call a girl a dude, she get pissed off, and the bitch don't come back no more. Ah, nigga, all that old shit. So, you know, I had to be careful. You know what I mean? But all right, let's move into the next question we had, which was about Ramsey. It was about the brood.
Oh,
The stud dog.
those-
What's the most
yeah,
underrated? The most
yeah,
underrated stud dog. Um,
hell yeah.
most underrated stud dog. Let me start this one off, and I'm pass to you, Ram, and then we can go to Buck and then Eli. Most underrated stud to me. Just from when I'm talking to other dog men, a name that don't come up enough to me, and I feel like it should get more motherfucking credit, but more credit end up going to the brood bitch than the dude is Finley's Bow. To me, Finley Bow. There's a lot of rumors about him being a cur and all kind of stuff. But I don't know. I wasn't there. All I know is the motherfucker was throwing out. She was throwing shit out. This nigga was out here throwing shit out, bro. That's all I know. Not just Jeep. Everybody keep talking about Jeep, but he threw some shit out here. Look at what Finley Bo threw out. He threw a lot of shit out there, bro. And some of the shit didn't have nothing to do with Honey Bunch. You know what I mean? And that's just my opinion on it from an old school historical standpoint. But y'all probably got some more up to date shit. What's your take on it, Ram?
Shit, I'm gonna go with old Duprell's Charlie B dog. He old off of Rascal Jr. You
Okay.
know, he produced some really good Rascal type dogs, man, and a lot of people don't even really be on that shit. I wasn't hip to it though till I got him in a couple of my pedigrees and a couple of dogs I used to have, and I was like, God damn, this motherfucking Charlie B, he throwing them, and he was a 2-time winner, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I give it to him. You know, I like that shot of the Rascal.
Hey,
And I
that's
had
my
to,
combination right there. You know I like that Charlie B stuff.
See, yeah, but we talked about this before, though. Like, not
Yeah.
too many people be knowing about old Charlie B, man. That the buzzsaw
I'm
dog, he
I'm
drew
looking
like two good dogs.
I'm looking at his shit right now, Charlie B. I see he done threw some shit. One,
I
two.
mean, them two grand champions ain't real. That'd be that dude from Europe saying the
Yeah.
dog was
Oh,
sold. And
word.
yeah, but Ramrod is real, PD is real, Demon is real, the fucking Bumpkin dog real, Betty real.
Yep.
Okay.
And just real game bred Eli dogs that had the full thing, durable, intense, just real solid animals. Not just dogs that you just say, oh, everything all colorful up here and everything look good, but real solid game dogs.
Mm-hmm. What you think, Buck, on that tip?
Shit, me and Ram was talking earlier. I said Powerhouse Kennels deadlift.
Oh, he did look a bad motherfucker. Ooh, he a bad motherfucker, ain't he? Bad motherfucker.
Yeah. I think he was he got snubbed. I don't know, man. Like I said, I wasn't there.
Yeah, it's rumor. It's rumor.
I don't engage in none of this shit. This, if I didn't know how to read, I wouldn't know none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? But there have been rumors that Luke Kane was off deadlift and fucking Barracuda and
yeah,
a bunch of these dogs because there was rumors that Mayday had stopped producing at one point in time, and deadlift was on the Southern Kennels yard for over a year and shit. I got people that know firsthand, talk to John at Powerhouse and shit, you know what I'm saying? And shit, that's all we had was deadlift dogs way back in the late 90s and shit, you know what I'm saying? We had a bunch of that shit. So, them dogs were solid. And I just think he doesn't get talked about, not nearly enough. I think he was a better producer than people think,
Yeah, I think I agree with you with deadlift, but only thing though with deadlift, because I heard the rumors like a motherfucker. People biting my head off with them rumors about some of the Mayday dogs like Liu Kang and Barracuda, but I definitely don't believe Barracuda because Barracuda look all kind of hound dogish, like motherfucking Mayday. Barracuda look like a motherfucking like a motherfucking one of your game dogs and got loose and stuck a bloodhound, some type of shit. This motherfucker, he on some other type shit, a big monster, Feely, one of them damn Brazilian Feelies or some shit. He on that type of time, but I don't believe deadlift had nothing to do with him.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it. Deadlift is Barracuda's grandpa. And like if you
right, and that's what I'm trying to say.
Even if the pedigree is exactly correct, like that's grandpa. So
that's what I was gonna say.
He throwing some hound dog looking motherfuckers too.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Is like, even if that's the case with Liu Kang, because I was thinking like, man, Liu Kang do kind of resemble him, but then when you look at Liu Kang pedigree, deadlift right there anyway. He in there.
And so
both of them. So they can pull from all of them genetics. You know what I'm saying? They can pull from that shit. So I don't know. All I'm saying, look, as long as the dogs get busy, I don't get no fuck.
It's a hell of a lot easier to lie if the dog is already in there.
Right.
It's a hell of a lot easier to lie to a motherfucker.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, man. It saddens me that even these rumors even exist. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dog man, they get into it so much about, because let's keep it real. We all want this to be a good, close-knit fraternity and shit, but dog men, a lot of them is pieces of shit, and they do a lot of shady ass shit to each other. Nigga send his dog down there for some shit for a breeding. Next thing you know, motherfucker that breeded your dog 5-6 times, or your dog mysteriously came up missing, somebody stole it. It's always Indian Sunny fault. You know what I'm saying? It's always Indian Sunny. No matter what the fuck happened, it's you blame it on the Indian. It's he did that shit. You know, get out of here, bro. There's a lot of shady shit that happened with these dogs. They hanging papers. Niggas do all kind of foul ass shit, these dog men. You know what I'm saying? And now in today's society, you got DNA. The downside about DNA, the good side about DNA is you can prove that your dogs come from where they say they come from if you DNA the stud. You start going from there. You can kind of prove where your dog come from. The downside of DNA is that it gives certain people, the enemies of the American Pit Bull Terrier, a paper trail to track where dogs is coming from. You see what I'm saying? That's the downside of it. We caught 5 dogs, and they all have the DNA. This is going back to same way they do people. You know what I mean? Oh, your blood was at the crime scene type of shit. Goofy, dumb shit. That's the downside of DNA. But, you know, it's unfortunate that everybody not honest how they should be. You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is, man. I just hope that, all I know is this. I done seen some Liu Kang dogs, amazing to me. I done seen some Barracuda dogs, it's amazing to me. And especially with Barracuda, I definitely believe that Barracuda is off of Mayday. I definitely do. And Barracuda is more so. Barracuda and Liu Kang is more so Red Boy Jocko than Bolio Tombstone, correct? Am I right about that, or am I off?
Yeah, they 75-25.
Right. Okay. So yeah, and they got that deadlift in them anyway. So they got that look to them. They look different than Haunch. Like Haunch is more that motherfucking other shit, that fucking Hollingsworth shit. You know what I'm saying? So you know, that's just my opinion on it. Whatever though. But let's move into now. Buck, your topic you want to talk about was the culling process, man. The culling process, man. As a breeder, let us know about this culling process, because you know there's a lot of hippies.
Misconception.
Yeah, a lot of hippies with misconceptions. A lot of people who love dogs more than they love black people. And they want to make sure, cause, you know, we just seen Brian Taylor. Ain't nothing happened with the police, didn't kill her. Ain't nothing happened with none of these fucking police. But yeah, you know, dogs, you know, the color, you can't call a dog. So all this old shit. I want to hear your opinion on this, Buck. What is culling?
Culling is just simply excluding a dog or a bloodline from one's particular program. You know, nothing more. It doesn't mean killing the dog, harming the dog, doing anything. You know what I'm saying? The missing meals, none of that crazy shit. You know, I think it's been a big misconception. You know, and you know, once they think like, you know, if you don't want the dog, then it's, you know, you're doing something harmful to the dog. You know, I could simply cull my dog by just giving it to somebody that is not a breeder, and you know, they're not going to do any breeding, and they just want the dog as a pet, or just want the dog, you know, just somebody there to bark when somebody comes to their property or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think it's definitely a misconception. But yeah, if there's something in your program that you don't like, maybe it's small dogs, big dogs. I mean, it could be simple as that. Some people call just because of the color, you know, or whatever. You know, I want all red nose dogs. That's what my partner do. You know, he's into it. You know, he don't want no black nose dogs. He wants all red noses. You know, that's him. Right. I'm not about to argue with that guy, you know what I'm saying, for 2 hours about, you know what I'm saying? Right. About why he shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? That's what he wants to do. I guess when you see him at the finish line, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? You just got to congratulate him because he went through his own steps and he made it there. He should congratulate you if you make the steps, and you know what I'm saying, you got the best dog at the national weight pulling competition. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Right. And so is it fair to say, from your opinion, Buck, that culling is simply removing a dog that don't have the characteristics that you want for your breeding program? You just removing them from your breeding program. It don't mean you killing them. You're just not breeding them.
It means I don't want to breed this dog. I don't want, the dog, maybe he throws dogs with long ears, or they too short, you know what I'm saying? And rather than you try to find a good match that will offset whatever that dog is throwing, you'll just simply just scrap it and just say, hey, I'm not going to use this anymore. That's culling, nothing more,
Yeah, absolutely. What you think about that situation, Eli?
I agree the same way, and I seen in the chat. For some reason, I can't respond in the chat. I think somebody blocked me again.
Somebody
But
blocked you. Let me see. Let me look
yeah,
on here.
I think somebody shot me down again
Let me see
because
here.
I can't respond. I seen a couple dogs that was mentioned that I wanted to respond on. But as far as the topic right now, I agree with Buck. I mean, we had this conversation plenty of times with Dogman. I personally gave away a dog to my little nephews because when I looked at him as a puppy, I just thought to myself, that's not gonna be what I want because it's real fine bone. Not only is it real fine bone, but I mean the dog is just little. It's small. It's too small. This dog's probably not gonna get over 25 pounds, 26 pounds. That's not what I wanted. I just gave it to my little nephew. You know, that's getting it out of your program. That's culling it away from your program. Culling is just the term that says you're getting it out of your program. So it's not what everybody make it out to be. Some people, they got their own little dealings or their own little doing of how they do things, and other people have attached to that because they need the negative stigma on the dogs to keep their hunt going. You know, for me, that's not what it's about. I mean, shit, you can't be around these dogs and not love dogs and not enjoy them and not have that type of relationship generation after generation and see your dogs go and not want to. Hey, let me put this one out of good hand in good hands, but this one right here, hey, I just don't want this. So that's my thoughts on it, man.
Yeah, for sure. What you think, Ram?
Man, I totally agree with all the brothers said. Like, when I say cold hard, it don't mean, I'm just taking the dog out back and just gunning them in the head. Me personally, like, I give them away, bro. I take them, get them neutered or spayed, and give them away. They still make a good pet to, no dog fucking family home. Excellent pet. It just didn't fit what I was looking for. So it's not like I hate the animal or no crazy shit. You know, I can't function with it. It's not what I want to move forward with. It ain't just like when people say code, they thinking like livestock, like farmers, nigga, they go out there and zap they shit. We don't do it like that. I didn't see cats
Well,
like me and Buck. What you talking about? Motherfucker, he keep a dog after he coded, it still be in the kennel or in the chain spot. He just ain't breeding the dog. It ain't like he hate the dog.
yeah, I think you know, I'm glad I'm hearing this, from y'all and shit. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, just me. Um, when I be breeding my band dogs and shit, they tend to have a lot of puppies. You know what I'm saying? Like my motherfucking they be like, they look, they be in there fucking, you know what I'm saying? Sticking 2-3 times in that motherfucker. So I might have 12, 16 puppies. And when I see the puppies come out, yeah, for sure, for sure. And when I see the puppies come out and I see the motherfuckers, the big ones is fighting for motherfucker, some, you know what I'm saying, 8 nipples and shit, they fighting for this motherfucking nipple. You could rotate them and all that shit cool, you know what I'm saying? and it's these weak motherfuckers that sitting around here. Yeah, they ain't been getting no nutrients in the belly. Me personally, I don't play no games with them. You know what I'm saying? I get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? This is me. I'm not. Listen, I know a lot of tree huggers gonna be mad at me and shit. But wait a minute, fuck you, man. Breonna Taylor just died. What you think about that? Kiss my motherfucking ass. That's how I feel about it. They didn't make it. They was weak. You know what I'm saying? If they were supposed to make it, nature would have made them make it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it go. That's just what it is to me. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But that's me. I ain't putting that on y'all. That's my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? But let me get to these super chats here. Let me see here. Young World in super chat. What it do, homie? He says, is it possible to have your dog around people, family, etc., but still teach him to protect when it's time? Oh, absolutely. To me, well I'm gonna take that to Ram. How you feel about that, Ram?
Yeah, especially if a dog is bred for that, you know. Like you got a good Malinois, and hell yeah, or Malinois, I said Malinois. But hell yeah, man.
Is it
I
time
wouldn't be
millimeter?
using no pit bull though for that shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you got a dog, you know, that's a herd dog, a shepherd dog, them make good guard dogs. And you really ain't gotta, train them too much because they're gonna be naturally protective around, their established family. You just
Okay.
gotta teach them to control it at that point.
What you think about that, Eli?
Honestly, I had a male that was just like that. Anything that wasn't part of his pack, he's a natural pack animal. Anything that wasn't part of his pack, he wasn't game bred like the dogs I came into. But I had him when I was from the time I was 18 years old to the time I was 33, 32 or 33. So he grew up with my kids and he grew up watching my company and knew who my company was. If you was not, one of the people that was in my inner circle, he just seemed to know it. And my kid could be right there rubbing him and playing with him and loving on him, and he look up at you and he let you know, hey, you stay away from here. I don't know you. He can be off the chain in the house, and I can invite you in, and you can sit down and walk around and have fun with me, and it not be a problem. I can give him a command, and it was something that was known throughout my life. I can give him a command at the drop of a hat, and it's just a couple words or the way I would say it, and he'll do it. It was funny. They used to say, "Man, that dog a big old gangster." I said, "Yeah, he put the hit out." And I tell him, I say, "Put that hit out, man," and he'll react. And every time, and everybody was like, "Man, how the hell that little bit ass puppy know that?" He knew that
Right.
shit from the time he was 4 months old.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can go both ways. I preferably like Ram was saying, I wouldn't do it with a pit bull just because of the tenacity and that on and off switch. But every once in a while, you just have some that are just that smart and just that special. So
Right.
I had a couple of them.
What you think about that, Buck? Dog. Can you have a dog around people constantly, like your family and stuff, and then also have the same dog be very protective over you?
Yeah. Some dogs be pump faking. We all know some of them dogs, they be barking and shit like they gonna do something. That'd be cool for when he's in the back. And then he'll fucking be around people. He ain't gonna do shit. He ain't gonna do shit. But some you gotta know the dog, I think. You know what I'm saying? A dog, a human biter is actually a dog that either bit a human before, like he's got priors, or he's got pretty damn close, or you know what I'm saying, like you put your hand right there, he's gonna bite you. Some dogs, they just look like they're gonna bite you, but they're just pump faking. You know what I'm saying? But what everybody said, I wouldn't try it with pits. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not.
For sure, and I would agree with that. I think you know, this is a longer conversation that I'm not gonna get into right now. But I'll say this as far just this, because eventually we're gonna have to tackle racism in the motherfucking dog world. We're gonna have to tackle it eventually. I don't want to start it right now because it's gonna be another hour, 2 hour show. But I'm gonna say this. I don't believe in having the American Pit Bull Terrier as a guard dog. I think it's other dogs that are better suited for that job. You know what I mean? But a lot of our people in the 80s, when we heard that this dog, because you know, I'm not saying that a lot of us knew what these dogs were, but when the city, the urban environment found out that this dog has a reputation of being a great fighter, people got this dog as a home protection dog. Okay, which led to the media suddenly demonizing this breed. Oh, these niggas got this dog. Oh, these black people got this dog. It's a vicious killer dog. And that also led to a lot of dog men to try to distance themselves from certain people, us. And we'll get into that later. You know what I'm saying? But I got all of the history. I know what time it is with that situation. But I don't believe in the American Pit Bull Terrier being used for that. Like I say, Rottweilers is good for that kind of shit. Like Ramsey said, the Malamutes, whatever the fuck case may be, you know. And if anybody got a problem with what I said with the culling process, go talk to them German Shepherd breeders. Go talk to them motherfucking. How you think you got purebred dogs? What you think what happened to all them other dogs when they was going through the process of creating this pure breed? What happened to all of the ones that they had to get there, create that process? In the meantime, what happened to them dogs?
It only applies to the pit bulls.
Exactly. Only applies to the American Pit Bull Terrier because they know who got them and they know who keeping this breed alive.
True.
We keeping this breed alive.
They got the French Bulldogs, Fluffy gene. They got the Fluffy gene. Look it up. I guess they French Bulldog, they look the same with the little bat ears.
Yeah.
But they come in a little fluffier now with a little bit more hair on them. And they're going crazy about them. And it could be simply you get a couple smooth coat ones. You don't want those in your program. You might sell them to somebody. You know, you still get a high clip. You know, they'll probably it'll be a fluffy gene carrier. It'll carry the gene, but it doesn't have the fluffy coat. You know what I'm saying? So you'll sell that one, but the ones that's fluffy and shit, you keeping those because you want to put those back into your breeding program. You want to be the one with the fluffy gene. You know what I'm saying? So it's
what happened? Yeah, exactly. What happened to all the Rottweilers that came out all black? What they do with them? That's what I want to know. I mean, I know what happened, but I just want to chat and other people to know, like, what happened with them? What happened to the Dobermans? They came out all black, or they had their face was their mouth wasn't long enough, and what they do with them dogs? See, people full of shit. They got double standard when it comes to the American Pit Bull Terrier, and the people who deal with these dogs than they do with all these other so-called purebred dogs. Y'all done fucked up the AKC and the rest of these people. Y'all done fucked up these so-called purebred dogs. They all got health conditions. They all got hip dysplasia, and some of these dogs is retarded. Some of these dogs be like waking up in the middle of the night, fucking screaming and shaking and shit. What you call that shit? Epilepsy? What do you call it? Epilepsy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not. Okay, I'm not trying to say that's the same as retarded. I apologize. I'm just saying these dogs got motherfucking issues, right? But these people have bred these dogs to a point where they want to get what they wanted for the show ring. The dog can prance around. All this shit they've been doing, so the dog can prance around the fucking show ring and strut. Do a little John Travolta strut around this fucking show ring, and they can get some ribbon. You know how many dogs done died and been thrown in the garbage can because of that? For that one dog to walk around the show ring You don't want to think about that when you get your little purebred dog. When you buy your Rottweiler, and you buy your Doge de Beaudreau, right? When you buy your English Mastiff, you don't want to think about all the dogs that got thrown in the garbage because of that. But when it comes to the American people, because see, pit bulls is the niggas of the dog world. I told y'all that. Let me say, Mel Lester in the super chat, salute homie. He says 78.
Wait a minute. This nigga name is Molester.
Mel, oh yeah, that is. What the fuck? Oh, it's a troll count? I didn't even read that. Mel Lester. Come on, bro. You gotta do better than that, fam. You gotta do better with your life, man. He said, 78, what you think about the Cowboy Blood and Carver? If you talking about Midnight Cowboy?
Or Beeline's Cowboy. Thompson Kennels in the chat, though. Salute, family.
Oh, what Thompson? I don't see him yet. Let me see.
Yeah, I told you sent them a link. Shit, 78 sent you a link, bro.
Yeah, I sent you a link, brother. If you want to hop on, anytime, brother Thompson. I don't see you yet, but I see you. But I hear about you in there. Yeah, but if you talking Midnight Cowboy, look, Midnight Cowboy stuff was good back in the day, but I slapped the shit out of that. I was slapping the shit out of that. We go hog hunting. If another team showed up with some Midnight Cowboy shit, my dog was out working it every time. This is me. I'm not saying I was up against the best Midnight Cowboy. I'm just saying they claim they was Midnight Cowboy, and I was slapping the shit out of it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let me see here. Young World, salute to the homie in the super chat. What it do, fam? He said, General, your Patreon was fire about the father that left his daughter. What's some methods of protection in the event of a dog attack? Well, I'm going to tell you this. The best dog, in my personal opinion, 78 Sports TV opinion, the best dog that's a medium to large dog to get attacked by is the American Pit Bull Terrier. The reason why is because they really don't want to hurt you. And for one. And for two, when they grab you, they're going to grab you and hold on to one spot. The worst dog to get attacked by is one of them other motherfuckers like Rottweilers, German Shepherds, because they're going to bite the shit out of you. You're going to leave that motherfucker with puncture wounds everywhere. Now, if a pit, he come run at me, I'm putting my left arm out. Right?
Yo, we can't hear you, family.
What happened? Can't hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What I said was the worst dog to get attacked by is American Pit Bull, or one of them other dogs, Rottweilers and motherfucking German Shepherds and stuff. American Pit Bull Terrier is the best dog to get attacked by if you're going to get attacked because, for one, they don't want to hurt you. For two, when they grab you, they're going to lock on to you. So if I'm going to get attacked by a pit bull, I'm going to put my...
It went out again.
Yeah, right there. You said when you gonna put your arm out, bro. That shit went out again.
So, mate.
I ain't faded to black.
Mm-hmm. Man, I seen a few people I couldn't answer in the comments. I saw some of that
Oh, yeah.
Broadway Jack stuff.
Well, shit, go on and cook on that then. I'm over here taking a dab and shit.
Okay. Yeah, somebody said earlier asked about that Broadway Jack stuff. That's the stuff from down under. And then I saw that freak hound. But yeah, I saw that earlier. I didn't know where the conversation was going on. And I would have said some things about it though. But that Broadway Jack stuff was some nice stuff. I don't know what 7-8 was finna cook on, but it sounded like he was finna get to the point where he can control. He can get a position where he can control the animal. Actually, with a pit bull, you can have more
Yeah, be able
control
to
on
fend that motherfucker off.
it.
Cause
Yeah,
these, our type of dogs ain't going for no transition holes on a person like that. They're gonna work that hole. Whereas,
yeah,
like a fucking, or something, they're gonna transition that bite. It's still gonna be a full mouth bite, but it's gonna be, on different parts. It's gonna be hella fast. So yeah, I could dig
And if
that,
you
man.
can if you can grab it and get it behind the head and control it, then you got a better chance, you know, of doing what you need to
Hell
do. And
yeah.
one of these dogs, if they latch on to you, if you can get a collar and you can choke them down, at least it's not biting you 100 times, putting a bunch of holes in you where you're losing blood. So yeah, I most
Yeah,
definitely feel I most
legal.
definitely feel 7 to 8 on that.
La D, do not play dead. The motherfucker still
No,
gonna bite
don't
you,
play
man.
dead.
You better fight
Don't
back
play
like you
dead.
getting attacked by a motherfucking midnight stalker, goddammit. Do not play dead. It is not a bear.
Like for
That
real.
motherfucker gonna whoop your ass. Do not play dead.
Okay, that was Ada Great that was talking about that Broadway Jack stuff. Yeah, Triple D, I used to talk to him all the time, man. Had some real, real good stuff, bro. Some real good stuff. And then had some real nice semen that was saved up. I know the Horseman had some of that stuff that they had sent to him. But he had some real nice old semen too that he was supposed to be sending back.
Wonder if that shit's still around. That had to be what? About 15, 20 years ago now, huh?
Yeah, yeah, I know at least 15 years ago, and I know it was some old semen that was like some old Boudreaux stuff, some of that old Jack stuff. Uh, Jack Frost was down from Buck, and I think Buck and a Jeep cross with some old blood behind it too. But yeah,
Hmm.
that stuff was around.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
ain't
that
seen that in forever.
the standing man. Whew. You know what? I don't know much about standing man outside of the stories that have probably been told on the internet. It is nothing that's really around that's real pre-potent that's been passed down where anybody got it in any good quantity. Not that I know of. I mean, I think it was some in that old what's that? I think they had some old snake Brian Snake stuff crossed together with that, and it was around for a little while, but nothing major. I don't know that Plowboy Willie stuff. Hey, that Willie
Probably
stuff was
the best shot would be through trying to get it through some of that shit, through some of that lungs for,
exactly the
from
lung, yeah, the
lungs.
lungs for
Yeah,
stuff.
he incorporated a lot of that shit in his blood. Yeah.
Yeah, more around the Oklahoma
But
area.
shit, yeah, other than that, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, that Plowboy Willie blood for a minute was kicking up real good, but it been kept tight. It been kept tight. They had some good turtle buster crosses going around with that stuff. They had some good turtle buster crosses going around with that stuff. I seen somebody mention how y'all feel about Tom Gardner. Tom Gardner produced good dogs, man. He just you take what you get from him. I'm not gonna bash. It's like any other line that got lies to it. You know, it's got some paper hanging to it. It's got some truth. Some people have better experiences with it, but you take what you get with it. That's all you can do. If you gonna take the risk, take what you get with it. Whatever your papers say, just accept what your papers say.
Hell yeah, and just be honest with the shit that you breed, forward. What up, D
Yeah.
Man Junior? I see you, cuz. Salute.
That Raging Cajun stuff was hit and miss in the right hands. It was good. Epinette had some pretty nice dogs. Phil bred some pretty nice stuff. I know that was that Cajun West dog that was in West Texas. I mean, people were talking about it. It was a hit and miss type thing, where some people said it produced, some people said it didn't. You know, I mean, it's one of those. It's another one of those things on that. But they had some good little private dogs that were real good.
Man, shit, I'm looking at that old standing man shit now. Now I clicked
Yeah,
on all
I
kind of
don't.
pedigrees.
I don't know. I don't know anything about no the champion Bruce dog. Like I say, I'm not. I know a lot about the dogs, but I'm not up to date on all the up to date stuff because I don't, I'm out the loop on a lot of stuff. So I'm not sure about the champion Bruce dog. I do know about that Drago dog. He was a good one. I do know about I know Dexter was a good one. If I was gonna go that way, that's where I go Dexter, Drago, or Caesar, something
Hey,
like
y'all,
that.
hey, y'all
Or
smash the
Chemo.
like button while y'all in the building. Hit that like button, y'all, while y'all in here.
Nigga came back. And nigga ain't
Okay.
even show out this time. He kept it
Mr.
clean.
Max, that Raging Cajun in there, is it combined with the Jack 2 stuff? The like the White Oak Biter stuff? Or is it combined with the Epinet's buckshot stuff, the PBK buckshot stuff? Cause I know there was some good buckshot blood over there. That China dog stuff that was that way too. No, I didn't see Ajax go. I didn't see that. That's more stuff that was historic. Ajax and Noriega. Know of it. Matter of fact, knew of some of the LeBlanc stuff that was with Rusty in it and stuff. That was pretty nice stuff.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
we
you
hear
now.
you, bro.
Oh, okay,
You've been
okay.
gone for about a good 5 minutes.
Oh, that's it, bro. That's fucked up. I've been talking like a motherfucker too.
No, you been gone, man.
I've been agreeing with niggas like, yeah, that's right. Oh, they got me and
That's
shit.
We
crazy.
ain't heard none of that.
That's fucked all the way up, man.
Hey, that champion Bruce dog, though, he got an impressive little record there. Yeah, all in Romania. That motherfucker put the boot to motherfuckers. Gave motherfuckers the boot.
The boots.
Hell yeah, gave niggas the boot real fast.
Hey, that somebody mentioned the old Abbott blood, that old Spike and Spike Snooty stuff, the old beard stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, the beard Snooty too. When I first got dogs, I had some stuff off that old Spike stuff with the Bama Red and stuff, and it had some of that stuff mixed up in it. Yeah, those were nice,
hell yeah.
nice, durable, strong dogs.
Yep. Hey, Angus Depot, that's a dog right there. That nigga did not like the
Hey,
work though.
a bulldog though.
Hell yeah. That motherfucker won his basically, nigga, covered off the chain. That nigga wouldn't walk, nothing.
Right.
So yeah, you have to diet that nigga keep. That
Hey, but we
motherfucker.
finna we finna shut it down. No, we've been on here for a good minute. And we're gonna come back next Thursday with some heat for y'all, man. And I appreciate y'all for joining us tonight. And salute to my brothers on the panel. Salute to Buck City for coming through. Salute to my brother Ramsey, salute the third. Salute to Eli Zachary. And we'll be back next Thursday, man, with some more Bulldog talking for y'all. But we up out of here though. Deuces.
Salute.
Peace. Scratch last.